What you think is not just a passing moment inside your mind, it is a signal, a pattern, a frequency that constantly shapes your perception, your decisions, and ultimately your reality. For centuries, this idea has been repeated in different forms, from ancient philosophies to modern psychology, from spiritual teachings to emerging interpretations of human consciousness. The concept that thoughts create reality is often simplified, misunderstood, or even mocked, yet when examined through the lens of neuroscience and behavioral psychology, it reveals something far more complex and grounded in real mechanisms. Your brain does not passively observe the world, it actively constructs it, filtering millions of pieces of information every second and selecting only those that align with what it already believes to be important. This filtering system is known in psychology as the reticular activating system, a network that decides what enters your conscious awareness and what remains invisible. If you constantly think about lack, failure, or fear, your brain begins to prioritize information that confirms those thoughts, reinforcing a loop that feels like reality but is actually a selective perception. On the other hand, when your dominant thoughts revolve around opportunity, growth, and possibility, the same system starts highlighting different signals in your environment, creating what appears to be new opportunities but are in fact newly noticed ones. This is not magic, it is attention directed by belief. Cognitive psychology explains this through confirmation bias, the tendency to interpret information in a way that confirms pre-existing beliefs. In simple terms, you do not see the world as it is, you see it as you are conditioned to see it. Every repeated thought strengthens neural pathways, making certain ways of thinking automatic over time. Neuroscience calls this process neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated patterns. The more you think a certain way, the easier it becomes to continue thinking that way, until it no longer feels like a choice but like a fixed reality. This is where the idea of "you attract what you think" begins to overlap with measurable psychological processes. You are not attracting events through invisible forces alone, you are shaping your behavior, your focus, and your emotional responses in ways that make certain outcomes more likely. Your thoughts influence your emotions influence your actions, and your actions influence your results. This chain reaction is continuous, subtle, and often unnoticed. Behavioral psychology shows that people who expect rejection behave differently from those who expect acceptance, even in the same situation. Their tone of voice, body language, and decision-making shift in ways that either push opportunities away or draw them closer. From the outside, it may look like attraction, but underneath, it is a combination of perception, behavior, and emotional state. The brain is constantly predicting the future based on past experiences, creating internal models that guide reactions before conscious thought even appears. These predictions influence what risks you take, what chances you ignore, and how you interpret neutral events. Over time, these micro-decisions accumulate, forming patterns that define your life direction. This is why two people can live in the same city, have access to the same resources, yet experience completely different realities. It is not only about external circumstances, it is about internal interpretation. However, psychology alone does not fully explain why this idea has persisted across cultures for thousands of years. Ancient teachings, long before modern science, spoke about the power of thought in shaping destiny. In Eastern philosophies, the mind was seen as a creative force, not just a reflective one. In Hermetic traditions, a principle was described as the all is mind, suggesting that reality itself is influenced by consciousness. While these ideas were not backed by scientific measurement at the time, they reflected an intuitive understanding of human experience. Astrology, often dismissed in modern science, approached this concept from a symbolic perspective rather than a mechanical one. Instead of claiming direct causation, it suggested that human behavior, emotions, and cycles are connected to larger patterns in the universe. In astrology, thoughts and tendencies are not random, they are expressions of deeper archetypes that repeat across time. Certain planetary alignments are believed to influence collective mood, decision-making tendencies, and emotional intensity. Whether taken literally or symbolically, astrology reinforces the idea that internal states are part of a larger interconnected system. From a psychological standpoint, even belief in astrology can influence behavior through expectancy effects. If a person believes a certain period is favorable for growth, they may act with more confidence, increasing their chances of success. If they believe a period is difficult, they may become more cautious or anxious, shaping their experience accordingly. This again brings us back to the same core mechanism. Belief influences perception, perception influences action, and action shapes outcome. Modern research in placebo and nocebo effects further supports this idea. The placebo effect shows that belief alone can trigger real physiological changes in the body, improving symptoms without active treatment. The nocebo effect demonstrates the opposite, where negative expectations can worsen conditions even in the absence of real harm. This proves that thought is not just abstract, it has measurable impact on physical reality. Your body listens to your mind, even when you are not aware of it. Stress, anxiety, and fear trigger chemical responses that affect health, decision-making, and long-term behavior. Positive expectations, on the other hand, can increase resilience, motivation, and persistence. This is not about blind optimism, but about understanding how internal dialogue shapes external experience. The danger appears when this idea is oversimplified into the belief that every negative event is caused by negative thinking. Life is influenced by many factors beyond individual control, including environment, chance, and other people's actions. However, within those limitations, your internal state still plays a significant role in how you navigate those circumstances. The real power is not in controlling everything that happens, but in influencing how you respond and what patterns you reinforce. This is where awareness becomes critical. Most people are not consciously choosing their thoughts, they're reacting to them. Thoughts appear automatically, shaped by past experiences, conditioning, and subconscious beliefs. Without awareness, these thoughts run in loops, repeating the same narratives over and over again. Breaking this cycle requires observing thoughts without immediately identifying with them. Cognitive behavioral therapy uses this approach to help individuals recognize distorted thinking patterns and replace them with more balanced ones. By changing interpretation, emotional response changes, and behavior follows. This process takes time, repetition, and consistency, but it demonstrates that thought patterns are not fixed. They can be trained, redirected, and transformed. When this transformation happens, people often describe it as their life-changing, even if external circumstances remain similar. Because what changed first was perception. The idea that you attract what you think becomes far more controversial when it is framed as a universal law, something that operates independently of action, effort, or external reality. In popular culture, this concept has been transformed into a simplified formula: think positively and everything will come to you, think negatively and everything will fall apart. But real psychological and behavioral mechanisms reveal a much more nuanced and grounded truth. There is no evidence that thoughts alone, in isolation, can directly influence external events without any form of interaction, yet there is strong evidence that thoughts influence behavior in ways that make certain outcomes more probable. This distinction is critical. Because once you remove behavior from the equation, the concept becomes unrealistic and even dangerous, leading people to blame themselves for situations that are outside their control. However, when behavior is reintroduced into the model, the entire idea becomes practical, measurable, and real. Your thoughts shape your expectations shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your results. This chain creates patterns that look like attraction, but are actually the result of consistent internal alignment. One of the strongest examples of this is the self-fulfilling prophecy, a concept widely studied in psychology. When a person believes something is likely to happen, they unconsciously act in ways that increase the probability of that outcome. If someone believes they will fail, they may hesitate, overthink, avoid risks, or give up early, all behaviors that make failure more likely. If someone believes they will succeed, they may persist longer, take more initiative, and remain resilient after setbacks. From the outside, it may appear as if life is responding differently to each person, but internally, the difference lies in behavior driven by belief. This mechanism operates in subtle ways, often below conscious awareness. In social interactions, for example, confidence changes tone, posture, eye contact, and timing. These small signals influence how others respond, creating feedback loops that reinforce the original belief. In financial decisions, mindset influences risk tolerance, opportunity recognition, and long-term planning. A person focused on scarcity tends to avoid investment and prioritize short-term safety, while a person focused on growth is more likely to take calculated risks. Over time, these patterns compound, leading to very different outcomes. Again, what looks like attraction is often the accumulation of consistent behavioral tendencies. The concept of energy, often used in spiritual discussions, can also be reframed in psychological terms. When people talk about energy, they are often referring to emotional states that are visible through behavior. A person in a high-energy state, motivated, focused, and engaged, naturally interacts with the world differently than someone in a low-energy state, withdrawn, anxious, or distracted. These states are not invisible forces, they are expressed through actions, communication, and presence. Others perceive this immediately, even if they cannot explain it logically. This is why certain people are described as magnetic, not because they are attracting events through unknown forces, but because their internal state influences how they show up in the world. Motivation, clarity, and emotional stability create consistency, and consistency builds trust, opportunities, and progress. On the other hand, confusion, doubt, and fear create inconsistency, and inconsistency limits growth. Neuroscience supports this through the study of emotional regulation and decision-making. The brain's limbic system processes emotions and influences how the prefrontal cortex makes decisions. When emotional states are unstable, decision-making becomes reactive rather than strategic. This leads to impulsive actions or avoidance behaviors that negatively impact long-term outcomes. When emotional states are stable, decision-making becomes more deliberate, increasing the likelihood of positive results. This is another layer where thoughts influence reality, not directly, but through internal regulation systems that guide behavior. The misunderstanding appears when people assume that thinking about money will automatically bring money, or thinking about success will automatically create success. Without action, thought remains potential, not outcome. However, without the right thought patterns, effective action becomes difficult to sustain. This is why mindset and action must operate together, not separately. Astrology adds a symbolic dimension to this discussion, interpreting human tendencies through archetypes and cycles. Certain signs are associated with ambition, others with emotional depth, others with communication or structure. Whether these associations are taken literally or metaphorically, they highlight patterns in human behavior that repeat across time. People often identify with these patterns and use them as frameworks to understand themselves. From a psychological perspective, this identification can reinforce certain traits. If someone believes they are naturally disciplined, they may act in ways that confirm that belief. If someone believes they are naturally unlucky, they may unconsciously limit themselves. This again reflects the same core mechanism: belief influencing behavior, behavior shaping results. Even when astrology is used as a tool for reflection rather than prediction, it can guide attention towards specific aspects of personality. Attention creates awareness, and awareness allows change. This is where symbolic systems intersect with psychology in a meaningful way. They do not need to be scientifically exact to influence behavior, they only need to shape perception. The human brain is deeply influenced by narratives, stories that explain who we are and how the world works. These narratives become internal scripts that guide decisions automatically. Changing your life often requires changing the narrative, not just the external circumstances. But changing a narrative is not as simple as repeating positive affirmations. If the new narrative is too far from existing beliefs, the brain rejects it. This is why forced positivity often fails. It creates internal resistance rather than alignment. A more effective approach is gradual cognitive restructuring, shifting thoughts step by step toward more functional and realistic perspectives. Instead of thinking everything will be perfect, the shift might begin with "I can handle challenges better than before." This creates a bridge between current belief and desired belief. Over time, repeated reinforcement makes the new pattern more natural. Consistency is more important than intensity in this process. Small changes repeated daily reshape neural pathways more effectively than occasional bursts of motivation. This is how identity begins to change. And identity is the deepest level at which thought influences reality. People act in alignment with who they believe they are. If someone identifies as disciplined, they behave differently than someone who identifies as inconsistent. If someone identifies as capable, they approach challenges differently than someone who identifies as limited. These identities are built through repeated thoughts and reinforced through behavior. Once established, they guide decisions automatically. This is why lasting change requires shifting identity, not just temporary motivation. The environment also plays a critical role in this process. Your surroundings constantly influence your thoughts, often without your awareness. People you interact with, content you consume, and situations you experience all contribute to your mental patterns. If your environment reinforces negative thinking, it becomes harder to shift perspective. If your environment supports growth, change becomes easier. This is not about isolation from reality, but about intentional exposure to influences that align with your goals. Over time, the combination of thought, behavior, and environment creates a feedback system that either limits or expands your possibilities. This system is dynamic, not fixed. It can be interrupted, redirected, and rebuilt. But it requires awareness, consistency, and patience. The idea that you attract what you think is not a single mechanism. It is a layered interaction between cognition, emotion, behavior, and environment. Reducing it to a simple formula removes its depth and makes it ineffective. Understanding its complexity makes it usable. Because once you see how the system works, you can begin to influence it intentionally. The moment people begin to understand that thoughts influence reality, a new question appears: if this is true, Why do so many individuals think positively and still remain stuck in the same patterns? Why do affirmations fail? Why does motivation fade? And why do repeated efforts sometimes lead to the same outcomes? The answer does not lie in conscious thinking, it lies deeper, in the structure of the subconscious mind. The subconscious is not a mystical concept, it is a collection of automated processes, learned patterns, emotional memories, and deeply rooted beliefs formed over time. While conscious thoughts are temporary and change quickly, subconscious beliefs are stable and persistent, shaping behavior without requiring active awareness. This is where the real conflict begins. A person may consciously think about success, growth, and abundance, but subconsciously hold beliefs of unworthiness, fear, or limitation. When these two levels are not aligned, subconscious patterns dominate behavior. Because the brain prioritizes what feels familiar over what is logically correct. Familiarity creates a sense of safety, even when it leads to negative outcomes. This is why people often repeat the same mistakes, return to the same situations, or sabotage opportunities that could change their lives. It is not because they consciously want failure, it is because their subconscious is protecting a known identity. Trauma plays a major role in shaping these subconscious patterns. Trauma does not always mean extreme events, it can be formed through repeated emotional experiences, criticism, rejection, instability, or lack of validation. These experiences create emotional imprints that influence how the brain interprets future situations. For example, a person who experienced rejection may develop a subconscious belief that they are not good enough. Even if they later achieve success, this belief may remain active, influencing decisions and reactions. They may avoid opportunities that expose them to judgment, hesitate when they should act, or withdraw when things begin to go well. This creates a paradox. They want success, but their behavior moves them away from it. This is what is often described as self-sabotage. From a psychological perspective, self-sabotage is not irrational, it is a protective mechanism. The brain is trying to maintain consistency with its internal model of identity. If success does not match that identity, it feels unsafe. And the brain prioritizes safety over growth. This is why change can feel uncomfortable, even when it is positive. Growth requires stepping outside familiar patterns, and the brain interprets this as risk. The stronger the subconscious belief, the stronger the resistance. This resistance appears as procrastination, doubt, overthinking, or sudden loss of motivation. People often interpret this as lack of discipline, but in reality, it is a conflict between conscious intention and subconscious programming. To understand this deeper, it is important to look at how beliefs are formed. Beliefs are not created through logic alone, they are formed through repeated emotional experiences. When an event is emotionally intense, the brain assigns it importance and stores it as a reference point. If similar events occur repeatedly, the brain generalizes them into a belief. This belief then becomes a filter through which future experiences are interpreted. For example, if someone repeatedly experiences failure in early life, the brain may form the belief that effort does not lead to success. Later in life, even when opportunities appear, this belief may influence behavior in subtle ways. The person may not fully commit, may expect negative outcomes, or may give up prematurely. This reinforces the original belief, creating a cycle. Breaking this cycle requires more than positive thinking. It requires bringing subconscious patterns into conscious awareness. This is one of the core principles of psychotherapy and cognitive restructuring. When a belief becomes visible, it can be questioned. When it is questioned, it can be modified. But this process is not immediate. Because beliefs are not just thoughts, they are linked to emotions and identity. Changing them requires repetition and emotional reinforcement. One of the most effective ways to influence the subconscious is through consistent behavioral evidence. When actions repeatedly contradict an old belief, the brain begins to update its model. For example, if someone believes they are incapable, taking small, consistent actions that lead to success creates new evidence. Over time, this evidence weakens the old belief and strengthens a new one. This is why action is essential in the process of change. Thought alone cannot override deeply rooted patterns. But thought combined with action creates new experiences, and new experiences reshape belief. Another important factor is emotional regulation. When emotions are intense, the brain defaults to familiar patterns. This is why people often revert to old behaviors under stress. Learning to regulate emotions allows for more conscious responses, reducing automatic reactions driven by the subconscious. Techniques such as mindfulness, controlled breathing, and cognitive reframing are used to create space between stimulus and response. This space is where change becomes possible. Astrology, when interpreted symbolically, often describes these deeper patterns as shadow aspects of personality. These are traits or tendencies that exist beneath conscious awareness, influencing behavior in hidden ways. Whether understood through psychology or symbolic systems, the idea is the same. There are parts of the self that operate outside conscious control. Becoming aware of these parts is a key step in transformation. The concept of attracting what you think becomes more complex at this level. Because it is not only about conscious thought, it is about dominant patterns, the ones that operate consistently over time. If subconscious beliefs contradict conscious intentions, the results will reflect the stronger pattern. This is why some people feel stuck despite effort. They are working against internal resistance that they do not fully understand. Resolving this requires patience and depth, not quick fixes. It involves identifying limiting beliefs, understanding their origin, and gradually replacing them with more functional patterns. This process is not linear. There are moments of progress and moments of regression. But over time, consistent effort leads to change. Another layer of this process is identity reconstruction. Beliefs are part of identity, and identity influences behavior at the deepest level. If someone sees themselves as a certain type of person, their actions will align with that perception. Changing identity requires repeated experiences that support a new self-image. This is why long-term change often feels like becoming a different person. Because in a sense, it is. The old patterns lose strength, and new patterns take their place. This transformation is not about becoming someone else, it is about removing limitations that were never accurate to begin with. However, this process requires honesty. It requires acknowledging patterns that are uncomfortable to see. Avoidance delays change, awareness accelerates it. The deeper the awareness, the more precise the transformation. This is where the idea of control becomes more realistic. You cannot control every external event, but you can influence internal patterns. And internal patterns influence how you interact with the world. This is a level at which thought becomes powerful. Not as a wish, but as a structured system that shapes behavior, perception, and identity. Understanding this system allows you to work with it instead of against it. Understanding how thoughts influence reality is only valuable if it can be applied in real life, beyond theory, beyond motivation, and beyond temporary inspiration. Because information alone does not change outcomes, only integrated action does. The difference between people who remain stuck and those who transform their lives is not access to knowledge, it is the ability to implement it consistently. Application begins with awareness, But it does not end there. It requires structure, repetition, and discipline over time. The first step is identifying dominant thought patterns. Not the occasional thoughts, but the ones that repeat daily, shaping emotional state and behavior. These patterns are often automatic, running in the background without conscious attention. Observing them without immediate judgment allows them to become visible. Once visible, they can be evaluated. The question is not whether a thought is positive or negative, but whether it is functional. Does it lead to actions that move life forward, or does it create hesitation, avoidance, and limitation? Functional thinking supports growth, even when it is realistic and not overly optimistic. Dysfunctional thinking creates barriers, even when it appears logical. The second step is intentional redirection. This does not mean forcing unrealistic beliefs, but gradually shifting toward more effective perspectives. For example, replacing "this will never work" with "this may be difficult, but I can improve my approach." This creates a mental framework that supports action instead of blocking it. The third step is behavioral alignment. Thought without action remains theoretical. Action provides feedback, and feedback refines thought. Small, consistent actions are more effective than occasional intense effort. Because consistency builds identity, and identity determines long-term behavior. In the context of money, this process becomes very clear. A person who believes money is difficult to obtain may avoid opportunities, hesitate to invest, or undervalue their work. These behaviors directly influence financial outcomes. A person who believes money can be created through value may approach situations differently, seeking opportunities, learning new skills, and taking calculated risks. Over time, these patterns lead to different financial realities. This is not about thinking money into existence. It is about thinking in a way that supports actions leading to financial growth. The same applies to success in any field. Success is rarely the result of a single decision. It is the accumulation of consistent actions guided by a stable mindset. When mindset is unstable, actions become inconsistent. When actions are inconsistent, results fluctuate. This creates frustration and reinforces negative beliefs. Breaking this cycle requires stabilizing internal patterns first. Clarity reduces hesitation. Confidence reduces avoidance. Emotional regulation reduces impulsive decisions. Together, these create a foundation for consistent behavior. Environment plays a crucial role in maintaining this consistency. Surroundings that reinforce growth make it easier to sustain new patterns. This includes people, content, and daily routines. If the environment contradicts the desired change, progress becomes more difficult. This is why intentional design of daily life is important. Not extreme change, but strategic adjustment. What you consume mentally becomes part of your thinking patterns. What you repeat becomes part of your identity. Over time, these small influences shape long-term outcomes. Another key element is patience. Most people expect immediate results and become discouraged when change is not visible quickly. But internal transformation precedes external results. The process is often invisible at first. Neural pathways are being reshaped, habits are being formed, identity is being adjusted. This stage requires persistence without immediate reward. Eventually, external changes begin to appear. Opportunities that were previously unnoticed become visible. Decisions become clearer. Actions become more effective. Results begin to reflect the internal shift. This is a point where people often say their life has changed. But in reality, the change started much earlier, at the level of thought and behavior. The idea that you attract what you think becomes real when understood as a system, not as a shortcut. It is not about controlling reality, it is about influencing the way you interact with it. The more aligned your thoughts, emotions, and actions are, the more predictable your results become. Not guaranteed, but influenced. This is where personal responsibility becomes important. Not as blame, but as control. Recognizing what can be influenced allows for intentional change. Ignoring it leaves patterns running automatically. The final stage of this process is integration, when new patterns are no longer forced, but natural. Where actions align with identity without constant effort. Where decisions are guided by clarity rather than confusion. This is what long-term transformation looks like. It is not dramatic, it is stable. It is not based on motivation, it is based on structure. And structure creates freedom. Because once patterns are aligned, less energy is required to maintain progress. Life becomes less about constant struggle and more about consistent direction. From a cinematic perspective, this entire process can be seen as a shift in narrative. At the beginning, the individual is reactive, shaped by past experiences and unconscious patterns. As awareness develops, conflict appears, old patterns resist change. Through persistence, new patterns begin to form. And eventually, a new identity emerges. Not perfect, not without challenges, but more aligned, more intentional, more effective. The external world may not change instantly, but the way it is experienced does. And that changes everything. Because reality is not only what happens, it is how it is perceived, interpreted, and acted upon. When these elements shift, outcomes follow. Not as coincidence, but as consequence. And in the end, the statement remains true, but only when fully understood. You do not simply attract what you think. You become what you repeatedly think, you act according to what you become, and your life reflects the patterns of those actions.